Casey, I'm interested in
Thanks.
in the passage of time a few years later, how you reflect on the game at the Bills Stadium, and what did you learn about the conditions out there today?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of relearning the whole thing over again today. But yeah, the game at the Bills Stadium was so fun. Obviously, that was my first big outdoor game, and it was a great setting, and just the whole situation was perfect with the snow falling and a close game. But it ended up going to a shootout. So, and obviously it's USA Canada, so you can't beat that at the time. And yeah, I mean that was one of the most fun games, if not the most fun game I've ever played in.
Left side, second row.
For either or both of you guys, this is such a unique venue, a CFL stadium, basically in a residential neighborhood. I mean, what was it just like, not only taking the ice and just seeing what this could look like tomorrow, and just the bus ride, driving through the neighborhood, it's totally different from anything else that you could probably experience.
Yeah, it's exciting for sure. I mean, just thinking about how many people are going to be in those stands, and obviously the rivalry we have with the Leafs and the Sabres, it's going to be a fun game, hopefully with a lot of our own fans and a lot of their fans. So, I mean, we're all just super excited for it to start.
In the front.
For either of you, just in your 45 minutes, whatever out there, just what did you notice about the conditions as far as glare, or your stick probably doesn't quite work the same way, or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it was weird. I think obviously one of the ways you're going downwind and one of the ways you're going into the wind. I think that was the biggest thing that I noticed. He can attest to that. But the wind starts blowing the puck and blowing your stick around a little bit, and I didn't notice the glare so much, but more than anything, just the wind. So I honestly think even by the end of practice, we started looking better, making better passes and things like that. But yeah, it's adjustment for sure. Obviously, both teams are going to go through it, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Right side, front row, Kevin.
Dylan, I presume you played outdoors as a kid growing up. Can you reflect on those days and playing in that cold?
Yeah.
This cold?
Yeah, it's it did feel real cold out there today, but I guess I'm used to that growing up in the Yukon, and I had a rink in my backyard that my dad built, so I spend lots of late nights and lots of days out there, so I'm hoping that I can use some of the skills I learned back then tomorrow. My dad's here today too, so this is special. He's the one that kind of got it all started for me, building that rink every single year as a kid. So for him to be here and for this game, it's awesome.
Back left.
This is for both of you. I mean, from where you're both from, as you said, the Yukon and Minnesota, I would imagine you've played in colder conditions than what we experienced today. How do you get yourself prepared for that and be able to do that and overcome the cold?
Yeah, I think more than anything, honestly, you start playing the game and you just forget about it and just play the game. I remember going back to the earlier question with the Buffalo outdoor game. I remember I was freezing at the beginning of the game in the first, and all of a sudden you just forget about it and you're not cold anymore, and you just start playing hockey, and that's when it gets fun. So I mean, obviously there's things you can do. You can wear warmer undergear and wear a face mask or something along those lines if you want. But more than anything, I think it's just getting out there and getting into the game and having some fun.
Dylan, you said there are tricks to staying warm. What are your tricks to staying warm out there?
I think just the harder you work, the warmer you get, pretty much. I think that's a good incentive. I don't know. I don't really do too much extra stuff. I don't like wearing the balaclavas and all that. I'd rather just, my body naturally warm up to it. So I'm going to hope that I can and hope it's not too windy.
For either of you, just how big of a factor do you think the wind will be? And when you're going against it, does that affect strategy or how you play it all?
Yeah, I think just out there, I mean, we did notice the wind a bit, even just on your stick when you're trying to stick handle or just skating. It's definitely not going to be fun back checking into the wind, but you might be able to use that to your advantage when you're going with the wind. So, I mean, you definitely got to take that all into account and obviously not try and do anything too crazy, stick handling or any crazy moves, or else, I mean, it could come back to bite you. So I think the biggest thing is just kind of keeping it simple to start and getting adjusted to it.
We'll take one more question, left side.
For both of you guys, you know, the marquee event like this, do you take it as a way to, you know, kind of prove that you guys are a little better than your record, especially coming off the game against Vegas and the big win, and playing Toronto last week too, you know, kind of a chance to really show that up?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially as of late, we've been playing pretty good hockey, and some of those wins speak for it. And obviously tomorrow's going to be on a big stage on national television, and there's going to be quite a few people at the game, and it's going to be highly covered. I think we all know that, and yeah, I think we're going to be ready to go. We're going to be hungry, and yeah, like you said, it's going to be a big game for us.
Thank you for your time, guys.